Yo, we back, man. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? We got another, you know what I'm saying? Why hasn't David been arrested yet? We don't know why he has been arrested. Why he hasn't been arrested yet? We don't know. I guess we're talking about they need more evidence. What evidence do you need like more? The body has been found in his Tesla trunk. Like I'm confused. But I really have a feeling. I have two things I feel is gonna happen. Number one, I feel like they're gonna say is not enough evidence and that he has been clear of all charges and he's innocent. That's one. Number two is if he is convicted of this, before they catch him, he's gonna off himself. I feel like. He's gonna off himself so he won't have to face his consequences because then once he goes in there, they will get him anyway. So either you're gonna do it or they gonna, I'm telling you right now, especially when you doing it with a little girl gang, they gonna get you up in there. It is what it is. They gonna get you up in there for sure, for sure.
VD. And so far we've learned that Celeste Rivas, a teenage girl, was found in the front trunk of an impounded Tesla registered to him. Within 48 hours, LAPD searched the Hollywood Hills home David was staying at and seized multiple devices. And now the internet's been asking a lot of questions, but the biggest one is, why hasn't David been arrested yet? And why is this process taking so long? I'm locked into finding out the truth about this case and I'll be keeping you updated every step of the way. So let's break this one down together. By now, you've probably seen the headlines. Celeste Rivas, a teenage girl, was identified after her remains were found in the front trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer David. The car had been...
You know, it's because I also heard, bro, they said that her brother has been trying his hardest to look for her. And they said, I don't know, this is also, I don't know if it's true or not, but because you know, some people like to do rumors. I think they said her brother was trying his hardest to find her, like trying his hardest to find where she was and get her back home. They said that family, like her, the parents wasn't doing shit. So I don't know. Now, if y'all know about the industry, y'all know they do this stuff with, like, if you want to get on top of the world, this is why I said this nigga might get clear of all charges because of this shit. In order for you to get bigger to what you want to be like the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and shit like that, you know what you have to do, right? You have to either, no, I'm not even gonna say nothing, but you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying this situation RP to her, but I'm saying shit like this happens. And they put it right in your face too. They put it in music videos, they put it in movies, they put it in TV shows, they put it right in front of your face. And most people in this world is just controlled and brainwashed. And when you wake up, I'm not talking about woke. When I say wake up, I mean like you waking up and realizing what's really in front of you. I promise you right now, once you wake up and realize what's really going on and what's in front of you, you will understand. That's why I see, you understand, especially on TikTok. If you're a person that's trying to help people and tell them what's really going on, TikTok is not gonna push that out. Especially when you're trying to help. I feel like I can really go on TikTok and really not talk about shit, but I can help people. But I feel like they're not gonna push the video out to where everybody needs to hear it. They're not. That's what I'm telling you right now. On the internet shit for these little kids, they see everything. Why? Because they push that shit out. The same thing from Sexy Red, from Cardi B, talking about pop, you know what I'm saying? Popping your kitty cat, all that, shaking ass, twerking, you know what I'm saying? Using niggas for money. They're gonna push that, but they're not gonna push the gospel. They're not gonna push Jesus. They're not gonna push the Bible. None of that. But they're gonna push murder, money, and sex. That's the three things they're gonna: sex, money, murder, money, and sex. And I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna push. They're not gonna push the positive stuff. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna push the, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. They're gonna push these artists. And I hope you know some of your favorite artists stuff but look good. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. Just haven't been caught yet. But I hope you know some of your favorite artists slept with little girls. And I'm not gonna say no names, but you have to do certain things to get big to what you want to do. That's why when people say how people fall off, like Dave's Loaf or like Blueface or like Roddy Rich, when you say they fell off, they ain't fall off. They ain't fall off. is because in order for you to reach that success, you have to sacrifice something or do something to get there. I'm just saying. Don't they literally show you in front of your face. They put it in movies and TV shows. I'm not lying. They literally put this shit in front of your face. It'll always be in front of your face. I'm not lying.
Towed to a Hollywood impound. And that's when staff noticed a foul odor, opened the front trunk, and made the discovery. Since then, detectives executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where he'd been staying at and seized electronics. Popular brands who partner with David like Hollister for campaigns pulled back, and his world tour was also put on pause. And famous celebrities like Canadian singer Tay McRae distanced herself along with singer Kali Uchis. So let's get into it. Why hasn't David been arrested yet? And what's actually happening behind the scenes? Let me walk you through this step by step. Here's what we know so far. According to the authorities, the Tesla was registered to David Burke, which is David's real name. The body inside was severely decomposed to the point where it's been difficult for the...
Do you know what's so sad too, bro? They said most of his fan base were kids, so they said there's more victims as well.
Medical examiners to determine exactly what happened or how she died. Police also stated that the body had been in that Tesla for an extended period of time, though they did not specify exactly how long. In connection with this, we also know that the Tesla was towed to Hollywood Tow after it was reported abandoned. According to NBC Los Angeles, neighbors said the car had been parked there for more than a month before it was finally taken away. Crazy. That explains why the smell was so overwhelming. When a body decomposes in a closed space like a car, gases build up and the odor is impossible to ignore. Believe it or not, that's actually one of the most common ways police discover remains in cases like this. We also know that Celeste Rivas was 14 at the time of her death. She would have turned 15 on September 7, 2025, but her body was found September 8. That means that it was confirmed she died at 14, not 15. And just to clear something up, early on, the medical examiner's office listed her as 15, and that's what I was going off of in my initial coverage. In reality, that detail was off.
Bro, her body was there for over a month. You know what's so sad, bro, is like the afterlife. Like, her spirit, her soul knows who did it to her, but it's like she can do. Now, we don't know what happened in the afterlife. Yeah, we know heaven, hell, but we don't know like if there's like a waiting room or something. We don't know. But I'm saying, you know what's so crazy, bro? It's like she probably knows who did it to her. No, not probably. She does know. It's just she in the afterlife, so she can't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Only person I really knows is the people that did it to her in the afterlife, and the Lord himself. That's on the three people that know who did it. And whoever did it, I'm sorry, you deserve the death penalty, bro. And David, bro, you bitch, my nigga. On some real shit, you bitch. And your music wasn't even that good either. I don't know how niggas even like it today. I don't know, bro. His music was not that good, bro. I don't know how niggas even like that shit. That shit is trash.
So my apologies for repeating it before the correction came out. And shout out to everyone who caught that and corrected me. We keep each other accountable on here, and that's how it should be. Now, the medical examiner office also confirmed how she was found. Celeste was wearing a tube top and small black leggings. She was described as having wavy black hair with a metal stud earring and a yellow metal chain bracelet. Something else I want to share with you is this. Even though the cause of death hasn't been released or determined yet because of the condition of the remains, one outlet, the Los Angeles Times, has reported that the authorities are treating it as a homicide. Now, to be clear, investigators still don't know who's responsible, but that's exactly what they're looking to uncover right now, and those answers will come out as the case develops. And now let's get to the actual investigation and why David hasn't been arrested yet. Within hours of Celeste being identified, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division served a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. The home located at an upscale neighborhood on Doheny Drive, just north of Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles. And David actually doesn't own the property, but sources say detectives went in and walked out with computers and electronics. This was the first major sign that the police are actively digging into his world. So right now, there's obviously a connection between David and Celeste. Her mother, of course, confirmed she had a boyfriend named David, and people have pointed out things like the matching tattoos, and there's of course a bunch of photos of them together online that have surfaced, along with a live stream clip. But here's the reality. Investigators are still trying to figure out just how deep that connection goes, and that's the part we don't know yet. On one hand, the test...
if they pop out on pictures and Twitch, it's probably deeper than that we really know. It probably happened when she probably like 12, 11. Let's be honest now, bro. This just happened when she was 30. This probably been happening. And I hope y'all know some of y'all favorite artists have been doing this shit too. They have never been caught because they're playing their puppet. They're a puppet. Hope we know these artists that y'all listen to. They're puppets. They're puppets. People tell them what to do. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, y'all think I'm not? I'm being so serious. I see with the R. Kelly situation, he would have been good, but he was doing something right. Got locked up. I'm just saying, when you don't follow the rules, you get locked up. That's what these niggas is puppets. They can't do shit. These niggas is puppets. I'm telling you right now, bro. Read y'all Bible. I'm telling you right now, bro. Bro, read y'all Bible, y'all, and just, it's literally in front of your eyes. Like, it literally be right there, bro. It's not hard. That's why I don't listen to some of these artists, bro. They literally tell you, you know what?
Tesla was in fact registered to David, and her body was discovered inside. On the other hand, police sources have said it's one of several vehicles linked to David, and that multiple people had access to those cars at different times. If you don't understand what that means, basically most celebrities don't just, drive their own cars every single day. Their vehicles might be used by friends, family, staff, managers, drivers, or borrowed for errands. So just because the car, the Tesla, was in David's name doesn't automatically prove that he was the one behind the wheel or the one who put Celeste there. And that's where caution comes in, because detectives can't just rely on paperwork. They need hard proof. It's not enough to point to the registration. They need forensic evidence and a clear timeline that ties a specific person to that trunk. Without that, an arrest could fall apart in court. And that leads us to where the case stands right now. At the stage, police are retracing Celeste's final days and digging through the devices they seized, because whatever is on those electronics could lay the foundation for where to look next. They're also patiently waiting on forensics to close the gaps, and that's what explains the silence. In order to build a case that holds up in court, every single detail has to line up. So what exactly are investigators zeroing in on? Two critical questions. Number one, the timeline of events. They need to figure out exactly when Celeste died. As of now, they only know it was an extended period of time before discovery, but the precise time of death has not been pinned down yet. Number two, they're trying to establish when her body was placed in the trunk and by whom. That detail alone could make or break the case. And this is what complicates everything. Detectives don't know yet when the exact moment Celeste died was, or the exact moment her body ended up in that Tesla. Until those blanks are filled in, no arrest can stick. So social media has been reacting to the fact that David hasn't been arrested yet, and yeah, there's been a lot of outrage. Some people are even saying that there must be some type of favoritism going on, like is he paying somebody off, to still be out on the streets? But that's not really what's happening. According to the law, he is innocent until proven guilty, okay? And as of right now, we do know that he's been cooperating with the police. Now, that doesn't automatically clear him, because even guilty people can cooperate, but it does help his case if it turns out he wasn't involved in what happened to Celeste. Here's the bigger picture. Everything right now comes down to the medical examiner.
Come on, bro. You're telling me, bro, if this nigga's innocent, but you're telling me there was no way he was involved? Like, come on, bro. Come on, gang.
Actually rules this as a homicide and determines how Celeste died, then law enforcement can move forward with charges against whoever is responsible. Until then, it's very difficult for police to move on anyone, because the case wouldn't hold up in court. And David is of course connected to all this in some way, because Celeste was found in a Tesla registered to him. That's the fact tying him into the investigation, but how deep that connection really goes is exactly what detectives are still working to figure out. And that's why this case feels like it's been moving slower than everyone expects. Since we're in the thick of it and everybody knows about it, everything has to be airtight here. But while the medical examiner's office does its work, the LAPD is currently going through the electronics they seized, so iPhones and MacBooks, because the digital trace can establish a timeline, location, communications, and access, and that's the stuff that either confirms or kills a theory. So as of now, all we have to do is just watch how the investigation unfolds. I trust that law enforcement is they're gonna do their thing, right? The medical examiner's ruling, the forensic evidence from those devices, and the timeline detectives are piecing together right now, those are the keys that'll decide whether David walks free or whether this turns into the biggest case of his entire life. And until those pieces lock into place, he's legally still an innocent man, of course. But none of this stuff changes the heartbreaking fact a 14-year-old girl lost her life and her body was left in the trunk of a car. I'm deeply invested in finding out what happened to Celeste, and I'm sure you are. But more importantly, who carried out this evil act against this little girl. Whoever that person is, they deserve to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. So let's make sure we keep our focus in the—
Anyway, man, I said, I hope there's more cases just like this, just not as popular. It's just, Man, it really, this happens all around the world, bro. They show you on TV show. Like I said, bro, stuff like this is actually common than what you really think, man. Especially for like little girls, especially when like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that because if I talk more, then I don't know what's gonna happen. But let me know what y'all think down below, man. Do y'all think he's innocent? Nah, fuck that. He's not innocent. But do y'all? I'm telling you, I have a feeling, bro, that they're gonna clear him of all charges to where he's not gonna take no jail time. I have a feeling, bro. I don't know why, but I have a feeling they're gonna say, "Oh, we didn't have enough evidence." I don't know, bro. Watch. I'm telling you, bro. It's only two things I told you in the beginning of the video, but yeah, we up.